The STEM Society.
AI is ruining music. Whatever. Go ahead and cry me a river, since Timbo Stamp is on that too.
Y'all crying about AI taking your spot, but your songs barely mix. Why would we train it on that?
Man, y'all scared of AI, but record every hook in Melodyne.
Auto-tune is AI, baby. Y'all just didn't complain till it started writing better hooks than you. Timbo ain't the villain, he just not babysitting y'all no more. You want opportunity, but ain't got output.
You worried about AI stealing your sound? Bro, you ain't got one.
Who am I kidding? I ain't had no bars to begin with.
So imagine, I'm one of the biggest producers in the world, and you just came to me and told me you need a deal. You want to be the next best thing out in music, in hip hop and R&B, whatever the case may be. And I said, you and your music is soulless. Ain't no soul there no more. I can't get you to do what I need you to do, but I can get a computer to do your job better than you can damn do it. And I went out and I signed an AI artist in your spot. How would that make you feel? Well, that's what Timbaland did when he went out and signed Tata, a fully AI-generated music artist that he signed to his AI label. I'm not bullshitting when I say that. That's exactly what the fuck that nigga did. And it is stupid. This is Timbaland's first move into having a fully functioning A-pop genre. He signed an AI artist instead of going to people who actually know how to do music in a different way and have a soul. If you ask me, this is more of a control situation than anything else. I think AI is a scapegoat for saying, I just don't want to deal with you niggas no more. You don't want to listen to me. You don't want to do it my way. That's what I took from it. I'm not saying that AI is 100% bad. I've always been the type of person that said, if you're going to use AI, use it for artists who are up and coming who don't have a big budget. They should be able to use it for horns, whatever the case may be, until you get to the point where you can pay real people who can do horns or drums or whatever you need for your music. You use it for needs. He's trying to start a whole genre. In a recent interview, Timbaland said the 2024 election has made music bland and divided.
Reconciled to this whole election has divided us.
Yep. 1,000%.
And when I mean by that, it divided the music sound bland, it sound boring. And which, we talk about AI and artificial intelligence, but shuck, that's the only thing that has a pure soul right now.
Yeah.
That you can create something and just express your true feelings and it comes out beautiful.
I didn't know Donald Trump rapped. Nigga, like I didn't know he was putting out an album here recently. I didn't know that Joe Biden was out here in the trap hooking up ciphers and shit. What the fuck are you talking about? The 2024 election divided rap, divided music. He also claims that AI can deliver more emotion and creativity. Maybe it's your shit that don't have emotion and creativity anymore. Just saying. I'm sick of the scapegoat politics that these producers, these OG producers keep putting on there. First of all, you guys hate being the OGs in the room. You hate doing that because you don't want to teach anymore. You don't have the presence to sit up there, or you don't have the patience. I'm sorry. You don't have the patience anymore to sit down and teach people how to do music. You always blame, these YNs don't want to listen to me. You're Timbaland. You've made multi-platinum hits. You've made great albums. You've produced for everybody. What do you mean they don't want to listen to you? What do you mean there's no soul in music anymore? Have you heard of Rico Nasty? Have you heard of Black Sam? Have you heard of Alex Isley? Have you heard of Tierra Whack? Have you heard of Little Sims? I could go on. You want people to do things your way. And the best way to control how the situation goes is by using AI. It's the ultimate control. That's just my opinion. That's just how I'm looking at it. But for you to sit up there and say AI has more soul and creativity than human beings, well, you're just a fool. Sorry I had to tell you that way, but it's the truth. Here's the part of the story that nobody's talking about. It has been said that, and I'm reading my notes now, demos are fed into the software which outputs vocals and melodies. No artists, no studio, no session musicians.
So now that we know that Timbaland has an AI artist that he just signed, did he use the music that you guys play on his live stream to train his AI?
So where are you finding these demos to feed your AI is what I'm asking. So allegedly, Timbaland from his Beat Club days were actually taking people's music and their production and actually getting some of these things submitted. He would get paid off of it and he wouldn't give the fair splits. I don't know how true that is. Again, this is allegedly. And then I was told that there were situations where it possibly could be some people's music that got fed into this AI to help create it or to help grow it. Now, Timbaland, of course, denied all of this. Timbaland said, hey, I didn't do it. Now, he went live last night. I wasn't able to see that live because I wanted to see what he wanted to lie about during that live. Now, there's a lot of hip-hop podcasters who actually are agreeing with this. Your favorite hip-hop podcaster, Ray Daniels, had this to say about it.
Yo, in today's news of artists are never satisfied. Artists are never happy. This is why executives, producers, stuff of that nature don't work with artists. First of all, the Timbaland, who has super producer, who has, I see, helping as many artists as he can, decides he's going to play in the AI world, which, why the fuck wouldn't you? Like, let me tell you what an AI thing is. Let me tell you what an AI character is. Mickey Mouse is an AI character. Donald Duck is an AI character. Bugs Bunny is an AI character. You guys are looking at it wrong. He's going to make a character that he can have sing songs and things of that nature, sell products. That's all these cartoonists and all these young kid TV shows are doing anyway. So why y'all mad at him? Plus, do you know how hard it is to push an artist? They gonna tell you, I want to do that. Jimmy Iovine famously told me one day, get you something that don't talk back. What is better than an AI artist that don't talk back? And we're still mad at him. Somebody just called me like, what you think about what Timbaland did? Ain't it vulturist? I'm like,
I know he's this record executive, a former record executive that used to do all of this shit, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't trust Ray Daniels as far as I can throw him because he was a record executive. At the end of the day, man, your job is to guide artists into the right direction. At the end of the day, you gotta say some things that they ain't gonna like and you ain't gonna like. At the end of the day, your job is to mold an artist into something better. That's what happened to you, right? Timbaland would have never got to where he is if he didn't have a mentor to tell him some hard truths. Now, I know we're in an age where people don't understand hard truths and everything is gaslighting and oh my God, like he just said this. I get it. Your job as the person in charge is to go get over those humps. See, you don't want to do the work on your end. You just want to go to something that's easy. That's what Lupe Fiasco did. We look up Lupe Fiasco and his AI radio station. Very interesting read. How you doing, Lupe? At the end of the day, man, this is probably some of the laziest bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life because you're a super producer. Get over your fucking ego and guide these new artists into somewhere different. I ain't seen you on now one new indie artist thing at all. None of no record. You ain't doing none of that shit. You sitting up in your fucking house, bobbing your head to other people's music, feeding the algorithm and feeding your pockets as well. It's a money play. We know what it is. We know what it is. You're taking away what we love the most about music, which is the person, the stories, the lived experiences. That's what makes music great. An AI artist can't sit up here and talk about how you had it rough growing up because nobody believed in you. I referenced this song in my last album review. Hero's Demo is one of the most heartfelt, emotional songs ever by this UK artist by the name of Prof. And he's a rapper. You can't imitate feelings. You can't imitate lived experiences. What you're doing is you're feeding your pockets and you're trying to cheat the system and you don't want to pay nobody. You're part of the old school way of thinking when it came to this industry. Just another one. You ain't no better than Diddy, bruh. I think using AI in music is a serious situation. I just know that there's a lot of independent artists that deserves a break or deserves to have an opportunity to work with some of these big time producers and actually get an opportunity to make it where they to whatever point in music they want to make it in. When you start replacing these people with AI, bro, it just cheapens the music. You're doing exactly what UMG would do. You're doing exactly what some of the major Sony would do. You're just kind of being the middleman. You're middle management doing some bullshit. What do you think? Do you think AI is the next frontier? Is this the next thing that's going to take over music? Are we going to actually replace the artists that we love so much? Or do you think Timbaland's just a control freak? Let me know in the comments.